And I wanted to give them a book that they enjoy. Like, I want them to pick this up and feel like, yes, it's hard, but it's fun, and make something that is a struggle for them feel a little bit easier.
Hey, are you ready to open the next cheer chapter? I'm Allison with over 20 years in the cheerleading industry, and somehow I ended up as an author too. I'm here to give it to you straight. No fluff, useful tips, and all the perks from life on the mat and in the books. Whether you're doing the laundry, driving, or just trying to survive, you're in the right place. So grab your coffee or your jug of water and let's turn the next page.
All right, it's time to do a deep dive into how our fourth book from the set came to be, and that is Brave Bow to Toe. Now, this one is part of this little box set, but you can buy them separately. The box set is only available as an author exclusive, which is hardback box set on the website. Otherwise, you can get them from all major retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, etc. And this is only available on the website though, and paperback and hardcover. So this one is very, very, very different to any book that I have seen. And this one was specifically inspired for people and young people that need help with reading and writing. That is specifically why I made this book. This one has coloring, reading, and writing. I wanted to have a book when young people are struggling with reading and writing, and it is something that they find hard. And if there's cheerleaders out there that have those problems, which I know there are, I have athletes that have those problems, which is why this book came to be. I just want to help and support them and give them something that they want to read, and it's going to encourage them, and they're going to know that there's other people out there that struggle and have the same hard times that they are having, and that's okay. And I wanted to give them a book that they enjoy. Like, I want them to pick this up and feel like, yes, it's hard, but it's fun, and make something that is a struggle for them feel a little bit easier, take the pressure off, and just make it fun for them. So this one is very special to me. Like myself, I am dyslexic. I also have ADHD. I grew up not knowing I was dyslexic. I didn't get diagnosed till I was at university. So I was 21. And ADHD, I wasn't diagnosed with that until I was in my 30s. So looking back, this is something that I would have loved to have had, some books like this, but also to have adults or older people that would sit there and do them with me and help and support. But these are also like cheerleaders or young people that don't struggle with reading and writing. They would still love this book too, which you'll see why. And I would love to see what some of your little ones create with this book, because I just love kids' imaginations. I think they have just the best brains. But it is very, very special. And our son, he is also the same as me. So he has dyslexia and ADHD. And with him, you'll know, if you watch my inspiration and what started this whole author journey was him. And I'm always trying to think of ways that I can help him with his reading and writing. And it's usually things that he is interested in. And I'll try and find stuff with whatever is the flavor of the week or the day, just depending on what's going on, just to help encourage him with his reading and writing, because we've got, if they've got interest and love, I definitely find it a lot easier to get him involved in whatever task that is than if we're doing it about something that's completely boring. So I really hope this helps some other children out there with those things and really helps encourage them and give them some confidence in what they're doing. So when they get started with this book, on this page here, when they read it through, it gives them instructions to name characters, because throughout the book, they're going to need to fill in these character names throughout the book to make this book personalized. So they can make these characters about them, their friends. They completely imagine something random. They can make up the names. They could be superhero names. They could be any kind of character names, whatever they like. So there's the main character, which is girl 1. And then there's the CFF, which is your cheer friend forever. So your cheer bestie, that's girl number 2. Then there's Mr. Positive, which we always need a hype friend. So that's the boy. Then there's the cheer coach. So they need to think of their coach name for the story. And then the team name of the actual team of this book and their team colors. So they fill all of that out on this page here. Now, this actual story itself came around from a couple of things. The first thing is that, really this is for age 5 to 8, or it's for athletes that are tiny, mini youth kind of age, any athletes that are new or really just entering cheer and starting out, especially doing competitive cheer or performing, any kind of cheer that's got performing in it, where they're going to go out and perform in front of audiences. This book would be really good for them. So I've wrote this particular story to go through the stages of what it's like when you're in warm-up and when you're backstage, and how you feel in your body when you're backstage, your thoughts and your feelings, and where you are and what the coach does and what your teammates are doing, what it feels like when you run out onto the floor, and how you work through your routine, how it feels working through your routine, and then what we do afterwards after we've performed. And the reason for that is because most athletes that are reading these books are just going into the sport. So they are at the age where they're just going into performing, whether it's competitions or at schools. They're at that young age where they're just starting to do the performances. And some of them might want to read a book before they go and perform, so they know what that's going to feel like. And when they're going through those emotions, they already would have read about it. Or even if they do read this book after, then they can go through and at the back, there's kind of a debriefing section at the back, which is where they fill out kind of a little activity section about their own first performance here. So they can fill out this. And these 4 pages are all about their first performance and how they felt and what they did. So it's really, really guiding those athletes that are just starting out about what your first performance is going to be like. Now, the reason I chose to do that particular story is, yes, one, because of that reason. Most are young and it's going to be their first time. What does it feel like? It's all new. You're away from your parents. You're with your coaches. You're only with your team. Your parents are out there. It's very different. And some athletes over the years, and I'm sure you would have had them too if you're a coach or a parent, you'll know if your kid is really, really nervous, and have they gone out on the floor and not performed as well because they're so nervous about what's going to happen and they don't know what to expect. Have you ever had an athlete run off of the floor? In my 20-something years, I've only ever had one athlete run off of the floor at a competition before. And I just feel like if we can do as much as we can to help them process what's going on and knowing what to expect, that will just really support our athletes. So that's where that story come about. So this one starts out with a young girl that your little one's going to name, and she's looking out into the audience, and it's talking about how she feels like she's in warm-up. How does she feel in warm-up? She's reflecting on what she did before cheer and how it is now and how much she enjoys cheer, and she's thinking about all of those tough practices and all the memories with her friends. But then it kind of goes into the part where your coach brings you in for a team huddle. Your coach is talking to you, and all of those feelings of just like the hype and the excitement when you're in warm-up. Then it's going through all of their team rituals that you do before you run out onto the floor. Then your coach announces that you're going to be running out onto the floor soon. How it feels running out onto that floor in front of the audience and setting your routine and having your teammate call out your 5, 6, 7, 8 team name everybody sets. How that feels and how you count and support each other whilst you're on the floor, and mat talk and all of those things. That's all in this book. Then how it feels when you've finished, and then what do you do afterwards, and how you talk about it, your final pose, and catching up with your friends after. That is this whole story in a nutshell. And as they're going through the book, the children actually color in the pages with their team colors. So this is really just a combination of many different things together to create this one book. And I think we're not supposed to have favorites, but come on. I think this one's my favorite. So we're going to do the dedication. I'm going to read it to you. And it says, This one's especially close to my heart. It's for all my fellow dyslexics and neurodivergent souls out there. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that there's always another way, even if it's not the way everyone else takes. Keep chasing what lights you up and never stop believing in yourself. So much love. So don't forget as well that every single book, it has the password at the back of the book for the secret book club. So go to the back and get that password, and then you can go and get more of these coloring sheets if you need more. I mean, if your kid just absolutely loves this and they've already colored it in, go and print more. Or there's all of the coloring in sheets from the other books, activity ones, so on and so on. That's all there for you for free as a big thank you to my little cheerleaders and all of my adults for supporting our young humans. And I'll do some more videos about neurodiverse things that have come up and have helped over the years, things I do with our son, things with cheer. I definitely have a lot of experience with different difficulties and things where athletes have had other things going on and how cheer has helped support them with that. So I would love to do some videos on those. And if you want to get yourself a copy of this book, you can find it on our website, and I would love to hear your thoughts and hear from you. So thank you.
Thanks for sticking with me until the end of this chapter. I hope you found something useful, or at the very least cracked a smile. If you want some more, dive into more episodes, grab one of my books or a freebie at thecheerleaderbookclub.com. Hit me up on socials at the Cheerleader Book Club, and if you have a wild topic you want to hear my take on, send it over. No, really, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you. And on that note, I will look forward to seeing you in the next Cheer chapter.